everyone, welcome to a new episode of In Your Face. I'm Lachhh and finally I'm back. It's been what, 3 months now? I'm really sorry for the delay. But if you recall episode 4, we lost a lot of money in 2013. Since I don't make any money out of this show and that I need to feed those little guys somehow, I had to take a little break and make a game for a client. But it's done, it's complete. I'm working on my own stuff now, I'm back, so let's get started. So in my last episode I said I wanted to talk about different ways to use microtransaction, but I ran out of time. So that's what we'll do today. Last time we talked about ethics, today we're gonna talk about business. How to make money. In your face? How about my dick in your face? Alright guys, listen up, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over a different type of microtransaction, and Mr. Morality over here and I will say what we think about it, alright? Let's start with an easy one. You go first, Captain Charity. Well, okay, Charity, that's a good start. The first on the list, the tip jar. So you play the game, beat all the monsters, save the world and whatnot, and then there's a button to ask you for your support. Space Team is a good example of that. This is the equivalent of a street performer passing the hat after a good show. While you're sure that this won't piss off anybody, it's not really effective. Henry's a cool guy. He shared the numbers from Space Team on his blog. While he got millions of downloads, the sale didn't go so well. But Henry did not make his game for money. He wanted to put his name on the map. And as you put it, it certainly wasn't a failure. But yeah, the point is, don't rely on donation to get your money back. Anything else to add, corporate me? Yeah, it sucks. Yup. However, Barry did something very interesting for a pretentious game. When you download the game, you can play the first chapter for free, and you need to pay for the rest of the chapters. Just like the old demo, full game approach. You can buy the game for $1, but you can also support the studio and give a little more. And that's brilliant! It's asking for donation, but it's combining it with another form of microtransaction. Barry told me in the comments that simply doing this gave him 30% more money. Awesome! So why do players agree to donate here? The main difference is here you already agreed to pay. That's the hardest part for your brain. Once your brain agreed to open your wallet, the price difference between $1 and $5 is much easier to accept. I don't want to go into details, but I wrote down a very interesting experiment about this. Just pause the video if you want to read about it. Okay, so next in line, the demo and full game approach. If you go down that road, the biggest question you'll have to answer is where do I cut my game? You need to cut the experience when the players wants more without pissing him off. And that's a really hard challenge right there. And on the other side, you need to be careful not giving too much content. That's what happened to Deep Sea Mahjong, a game I worked on a couple of years ago. The game got pretty good reviews and got good downloads as well. But we didn't get much sales for additional levels because there was enough to do without them, so people just didn't pay. Where to cut your game is a very hard question to answer. This question even made some indies go bankrupt. If you give too much content in your demo, or if people doesn't know where to buy your full game, it will lead to some pretty bad sales. So again, if you don't know where to cut your game, just don't. And you know what? It might even be better. That's right, not releasing a demo can be good for 3 things. First, you'll spend less money. Making a demo takes time and money. You'll have to make them, to release them, and to maintain them. And multiply that by the number of platforms. 2. On mobile, the focus of the big guys is on free-to-play right now. A huge budget is being spent to promote free games. If your game is paid only, you won't have to compete with them. And third, according to Jesse Shell, releasing a demo can cut your sales in half. Okay, next. Expansion, more levels. Pretty much the same as the demo and full game approach. The main difference is the game is designed to be updated, to have more content in the future. You know, when you see an interface like this? When I started this episode, I thought more games were asking for money per sets of levels. But I keep seeing games like this that are asking for a one-time purchase to unlock all levels, and future levels. As a player, I prefer that approach. You know, you pay one time and then it's done. But as a developer, is it better to ask every time or a one-shot deal? I'd say that the first strategy is better used for story-based games like Phoenix Wright, Ghost Tricks, Final Fantasy Dimension, A Wolf Among Us, Back to the Future, etc. If your game has no deep story, like a puzzle game or an upgrade game, I'd say go ahead with the second strategy. But wait a minute. If the players only have to pay once, making new levels and updates won't give you any more money, right? Nope. When you make an update, you'll get a boost in exposure. The media will talk about you and you might even get a feature spot. And you can do it as much as you want. Updates, updates, updates. It will give you a boost of sales and also higher up the long trail. If you design a game to have updates and updates though, be prepared. At the end of a project, I'm always sick of my games. Like, makes me want to cry and vomit at the same time. My games suck and I suck and everything sucks. Moving on! Character customization. The whole point of buying cosmetic changes is to show it to people, to brag about it. It's the equivalent of jewelry. If you cannot show it to anybody, it's pretty much useless. That's why that in single player games, skins doesn't work really well. On multiplayer games, this stuff works a lot. Because the thing is, you don't sell skins and costume, you sell reputation. Path of Exile rely only on this. The game is free to play, and the only way they fund the project is by offering cosmetic changes. They even sell a pack at $900, and people buy it. Because they want a status symbol in the game they love. They want respect. If you're working on a single player game though, one thing you can do is to sell jokes. Like the Mankini in Major Mayhem. In that case, you're not selling reputation, you're selling curiosity. What the hell would it look like with a bikini? So that covers up the character customization part. Here's a little wrap up of everything we talked so far, but it only covers up the half of my list, which I will talk about in another episode. So thank you for watching this episode. As usual, you can subscribe to my channel or hook me up on Facebook and Twitter or on my website. I'm really sorry again for the delay, but as I said, I made no money out of this show, so I have to make money somehow. So yeah, see you later guys. Bye.